If you really want to get those jaw-dropping results from AI, you have to move past basic questions and start using professional frameworks. So let's just dive right in, starting with a really powerful one.
All right, this first framework is all about making the AI your active partner in crime. So instead of you trying to guess what the AI is thinking, the dynamic framework makes the AI pull the information it needs directly from you. And trust me, it's a total game changer.
So think about it. Instead of you playing a guessing game about what details the AI needs for a great answer, you completely flip the script. You're basically turning the AI into a consultant, and you're saying, hey, you're the expert here, so tell me what you need to know to do your job right.
Okay, and what's so fascinating here is just the huge shift in control. I mean, look at the before. It's hopeful, but it's pretty vague. The after prompt, though, that's an executive command. You're setting up a clear protocol, you're assigning a role, and you're giving it a non-negotiable condition to follow. It's not a suggestion anymore. It's a process. And here's the expert tip that takes this to the next level. You can actually give the AI permission to halt the entire process if it thinks it doesn't have enough information. It's kind of like telling your consultant, look, don't you dare give me a half-baked answer. If you need more data, you stop and you ask me.
All right, let's jump to our next framework. Now, if the dynamic framework is all about creating a conversation, while chain of thought is about creating a logical paper trail, it's about showing the work. The real magic of this one is that it forces the AI to think in a straight line. You're not just asking for the final answer, which, let's be honest, could just be a lucky guess. No, you're demanding that the AI show you the exact path it took to get there. And that simple change, it cuts down on errors like you wouldn't believe and just makes complex answers so much better.
And this shows you right here that it's for way more than just math problems. This is a high-level marketing strategy, right? Mapping the entire psychological journey of a potential customer. By forcing that step-by-step process, you're making sure the AI thinks through every single stage of a person's awareness, all the way from, I have a problem, to here's my money.
And you want to know the best part? You don't need some super complex prompt to make this happen. Seriously, the easiest way to fire up chain of thought is just by adding this one little magic phrase to the end of your prompt. Let's think step by step. It's a simple command that makes the AI slow down, think logically, and explain itself.
Okay, this next one is absolutely perfect for those really big, high-stakes decisions. So while chain of thought follows just one logical path, tree of thought, well, it lets the AI explore and weigh multiple paths all at the same time. The best way to think about it is like you're asking the AI to run a bunch of simulations of different possible futures for your business or your project. So before you sink your time, your money, and all your resources down one path, you get to see a side-by-side comparison of all the most promising options. I mean, let's say you're deciding at how to monetize your audience. You don't want just one answer, right? You want options. So Tree of Thought can break down the pros and cons of completely different business models, weighing all those variables like profit margin, how much time you have to commit, and the potential for building trust. Now, if you really want to take this to the next level, you add a layer of what I call critical analysis. So after the AI lays out all the different branches, you tell it to act like a skeptic or even a competitor and just poke holes in every single one. This stress tests every option for its fatal flaws, so you know your final decision is completely battle-tested.
Okay, on to our next one. This framework is specifically designed to stop that generic, kind of bland AI-sounding output that we all hate. CoStar is all about giving the AI super specific inputs so you can get a truly creative, tailored result. So what's really cool here is how STAR makes you get really specific about 6 key things. But honestly, the real secret weapon is how it forces you to separate style from audience. This is huge because it stops the AI from just mixing them together. So you can do things like, say, create a really technical guide, but have it written in a super simple, approachable style. And this little pro tip right here, it makes your SEO star prompts so much more powerful. By adding a negative constraint, you're not just telling the AI what to do, you're also telling it what not to do. It is the absolute easiest way to get rid of all that corporate jargon and keep the language feeling grounded, authentic, and, free of those annoying AI cliches.
Our final framework is a little different from the others. You could call it a meta framework. See, you don't use this one to get an answer to your problem. You use it to get the AI to build a perfectly optimized, high-performance prompt for you.
And this is absolutely essential because it bridges that gap between your vision and the AI's technical side. I mean, you might have a crystal clear idea of what you want, but you might not know the perfect phrasing or the right framework to get the AI to actually do it. Well, PGP solves that problem for you.
So here's the big takeaway. PGP is your starting point for any big, important project. It saves you from having to guess which of the other frameworks is the best for your specific task. And a lot of times it'll build in sophisticated logic like chain of thought that you might have forgotten to include otherwise.
And just to make the process perfect, you can use this refinement loop. So after the AI gives you that first draft of the prompt, you tell it to ask you clarifying questions to make it even better. This creates this awesome little feedback loop that makes sure the final prompt is perfectly tuned to exactly what you need.
So there you have it. We've gone through the dynamic framework for conversations, chain of thought for logic, tree of thought for big decisions, CoStar for creativity, and PGP for building the prompts themselves. You've now seen how these powerful frameworks work. So the only real question left is, which one are you going to put to work today?